So I was walking by this old CMP substation near my house when I realized how mad I am about this CMP and Versant campaign in favor of the corridor. And it's not for the reasons you might think. I could talk about how mad I am that this whole campaign has cost more than $70 million on both sides. Just think what we could do for green energy and climate if we invested that money in something else. We could even buy 10,000 Maine families a heat pump, for God's sake. But no, it's going to terrible ads and mail pieces. But that's not what I'm really mad about. I could also talk about the fact that the 50 million plus that CMP and Versant are spending is coming from our pockets, from the extraordinarily high rates that you and I pay for electricity, some of the highest in the nation. I could talk about how mad I am about that, but that's sort of a money and politics question, and that's for another time. And that's not even what I'm maddest about. Can you believe it? The thing I am most angry about is how this campaign for the no side has pivoted from being about energy and a corridor to being about anti-government. You've seen the ads. You have to be friggin' under a rock or dead to not see it, right? The ads are all about how terrible government is, how untrustworthy the legislature is, that they're going to come after your business and your small business and even your job, that terrible legislature, that terrible government. Because, they can't win on the corridor issue. So now they are trying to mine and stir up this sort of cynicism against government that actually started under Ronald Reagan and has hopefully reached its pinnacle under Donald Trump. But if the pandemic has taught us nothing, it's how important it is that we see government as a good thing, as a source of good. And we are just starting to crawl out and be able to start to have people see that. And then bam, comes $50 million worth of ads saying, no, let's get at that cynicism. Let's destroy democracy even further. Just once, I wish these corporations would take a little bit of responsibility for what's going to happen to our democracy. But they don't care. They don't have to. These are foreign companies with foreign investors. In Qatar, they don't really care about our democracy. But I do, and you should. So what are we going to do about this? Well, I don't know, but one thing I do know is that the money and the anti-government stuff that's being spewed now is going to be child's play compared to when we put on the ballot the idea of making CMP a consumer-owned utility. That is going to make it even worse. So I say we stop it now. How do we do that? We call it out. We talk to our friends and neighbors, and we make sure that they see this insidious, horrible anti-government thing that they are just perpetuating. That's our job. And that's what we need to do. And when you go to the polls on November 2nd, make sure you sign the petition to put a consumer-owned utility, Our Power, on the ballot for next time.